What are you doing, Jay?
Well, I made a deal. Larry Chen, the world famous photographer, probably the most famous car photographer, he's taken a lot of pictures of my cars. Here, take a look. Here's some of the stuff he's done. And it seemed like a pretty good deal. You know, I detail his car and he takes the pictures. And I realized I actually have it a lot harder because all Larry has to do is go like this with his finger. I have to go like this.
My poor finger. I gotta exercise my finger.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. That's all you have to do is go like this. I have to go like this. So actually, my job detailing your car and making it look beautiful with this new Radiant is actually much easier than your job of going. So there you go. And look at this car, look how good it looks.
Well, see, the thing is, since this has reached American soil, it hasn't been washed with water.
Really?
Until now.
Oh, okay, well there you go. Well, this Radiant is pretty cool. This is our latest product. It's a sealant. It literally seals the paint. And this paint job is what, 25 years old?
30 years old.
30 years old.
Yeah.
And that's the original paint. And look how good it looks. And the nice thing is, even though it's a hot, sunny day here, there's no swirls, so it worked out pretty good. And you know, your pictures are pretty good too.
Well, we definitely appreciate being able to shoot here at the garage. I think the main thing for me is the fact that you have all these cars, you have them for yourself, you didn't buy them for anyone else, but you're really willing to share them with the world through your YouTube videos, through us, letting us shoot them, and also letting me actually teach a photography class out of your garage, which is...
Yeah, that was fun. You brought a whole bunch of folks from Canon over.
Yeah.
And that was really good. I mean, what's the fun of having this stuff if you can't share it with people, you know? It's like one day the guys come with one of those, was it BSE Mono, that single-seater? Mm-hmm. And I drove and it was okay, but it was a single-seater. I couldn't share it with anybody. I mean, the fun part is when you have a two-seater car, it's fun. It's fun to share the experience, you know? That's the great thing about it, you know? So that's why I like having the YouTube channels and being able to do this, because I grew up in New England where anything less than a four-door was a supercar. There were no Lamborghinis in Massachusetts when I was a kid. Maybe a Corvette would go through town once in a while, but that was like the kind of thing where you'd be at McDonald's at 10:30, you'd leave, and you get home, you're from the call. Oh, at 11 o'clock, a Corvette came through. No, I missed the Corvette, I didn't see the Corvette. Where here in California, there's all kinds of cool cars, and I enjoy sharing them with people, and it's a lot of fun.
So now we're really spoiled because there's like a Cars and Coffee every single weekend.
Yeah.
You know, you can...
Now, let me see. I think you've gone a little sour. I don't think you're spoiled yet, but yeah, but you're okay. You're okay. You know, I would try to bathe this week, or shower this week, but I wouldn't say. I would say soiled, not spoiled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, but like anytime you take out your car to the canyons, you go to Newcomb's, right, up in Angeles Crest, there's always a crowd. There's always fun car guys.
Well, it's fun sharing and seeing other people, because I like everything, you know?
Yeah.
To me, I like a guy who's put twin carburetors on a Slant 6 Valiant, you know? I mean, to me, it's a lot of fun just to see all aspects of the culture. I mean, I'm thrilled that I can afford some of the cool stuff, but I enjoy my Corvairs and some of my early trucks and stuff just as much. So, yeah, I just like the whole sport.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We'll definitely look forward to shooting a lot more of your cars.
Oh, he's spoiling now. Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely gone spoiled. Yeah.
Oh, now you let us in, you can't get rid of us. You can't get rid of us. Every time I come in here, it's kind of insane. Of course, this is the most famous section. You know, you have the McLaren F1 here. You have the Lamborghinis. It's just crazy, this being a private garage. You know, the thing is, before I had a chance to work with Jay here at the garage, for many years, growing up, you know, I watched The Tonight Show. And then once I grew older and once I got into the car hobby, I started reading materials that Jay actually wrote, for example, for Popular Mechanics. And when he started the YouTube channel, I started watching those. So I pretty much, up to this point, I think I've watched pretty much every episode. And then, you know, the whole Canon thing started. And there he is, going home for the day for a GT. so cool. You can still make it. You're good. You're good, you're good. Yep, you're good, you're good. Keep going, keep going. Yep, good. And there goes Jay with his Carrera GT. Ooh, that was close. Sheesh. All right, so this is the garage area. And this is pretty much where all the magic happens. They have 2 paint booths here. They have pretty much every single thing that you could possibly need to restore a car from ground up. The fabricating room is there. It's just crazy, like all the crazy machines that they have. Part of it is that that's kind of the point. What I mentioned earlier is that Jay, he's not building it for any reason. He doesn't build these cars for someone else. He's just building them for himself. He's a true car enthusiast, and I think single-handedly he's doing so much to kind of keep the car culture alive. And motorcycles. Look at it, so pretty already. Oh, yeah. Ready for a drive.
Always check your tire.
Oh yeah. So is this kind of typically what you do every time before you take a car out?
Yeah, because stuff will sit for 2 or 3 weeks. So always check tire pressure, check oil. I'm down about 2 pounds. 2 pounds on a car like this makes a big difference because it's so low to the ground.
Yeah, because you actually raised this a little bit, huh?
No, I just drive it.
Oh, you just drive it.
Race car driving is like sex. All guys think they're good at it.
It's also crazy to me that you put almost 8,000 miles on this thing by yourself.
Why?
I mean, because I guess for a supercar you would think it's pretty harsh to drive, but I guess it's not because it's a Porsche.
No, none of them are really harsh to drive. The worst thing you can do to a supercar is not drive it. You know, I always see on Bring a Trailer and stuff, 2005 Ford GT, 400 miles. Okay, well I know with old cars, when they sit, the worst thing that happen is jets get clogged a little bit in the carburetor. Okay, you take the carburetor apart, you clean, okay. Modern supercars, you've got electronics, you've got stuff. If you don't use it, you really do lose it. I mean, I would rather have a supercar that's done 1,000 miles a year for 10 or 15 years than a supercar that's done 1,000 miles in 15 years. Because they just sit. And what happens is, see, what people don't realize is, you've got oil in your crankcase, okay? And it comes about halfway up. And you got a bearing here. Okay, this part of the bearing is dry. Eventually, all this oil will just disappear. So this part that's submerged in oil will stay lubricated. This part will get rusty from condensation, being in the garage. It's hot one night, it's cold one night, it's hot one night, it's cold one night. So now the top of this bearing, it gets pitted and rusted. And you start the car and it runs fine for a while, but eventually it's not right. Things are gonna happen to it. It's gonna wear out. But a car that's lubricated, where all the parts get lubricated, because gravity's gravity, oil sinks down. You got an overhead cam engine, it's up here, you run it, all right, oil stays on that cam for a couple of weeks, and then it just and now when you start up, you're starting up dry, and it doesn't take long for a cam to wear out, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to just run them, and run them to at least, most supercars like to run 200, 205, 212 degrees. Because you get water in your oil, and if you run it for 40 miles at a time, then the water will boil off, and it won't dilute your oil. You know what I'm saying? I would contend that this car with 8,000 to 10,000 miles on it is in better shape than a 2004 Porsche Carrera with 1,500 miles on it. Plus tires. These tires are good for 2-3 years, especially if you use them as intended. So you might as well wear them out. And we all saw what happened, you know, with that Paul Walker Porsche because it had 10-year-old tires on it.
Yeah, rubber goes bad.
Huh?
Rubber goes bad.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, just like the fact that you have to replace the McLaren F1 fuel cell every couple of years.
I always tell people, buy a $25 pair of sneakers and run in them, then buy a really expensive pair of sneakers and run in them to see which one you can run faster in. That's the way it is, and that's the way tires get. They're good for, especially rubber like this, which is like fly paper. It's so sticky. But after a couple of years, it just becomes hard as a rock.
Yep. So once it gets to 2-3 years, you just take it out front, do a massive burnout, finish them off.
Yeah, you can do that. And if you look at tires, most tires are date coded. So when you buy new tires, you want to make sure you're not buying a set of tires that are made in 2017. Oh, well, they're 5 years old almost. I mean, they're 3 years old already, you know?
Yeah.
So right away, so you want to get something that was made in 2020 at least, you know, maybe in January, March. That's okay. That's good. That's okay. You just want to avoid tires that have a date code. Got a lot of discount tire. Oh, it's a pretty cheap tire. And then you realize 2014. This is older than the tire I got on here. You know, it might look nice, but. And these Michelins were made especially for this car. These were tires. Michelin. This didn't come with Michelins originally. I forget what we had originally. But Michelin told me they had developed a special tire for the Porsche Carrera GT, and this works fabulous. It's just great.
Probably due to the size too, right?
Yeah. It's funny, as far as supercars go now, 606 horsepower doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it only weighs 3,000 pounds.
Plus it has 3 pedals.
Yeah, Porsche have always been about power to weight. That's what I like about the Carrera GT. I bought this car because of the clutch. The clutch is only 6 inches in diameter, and it's what is it, carbon fiber clutch? And I bought the clutch first. I called Porsche. I said, "Can I buy a clutch?" And they said, "What do you want to use it for?" I just want to look at it. He said, "We'll send you one." So they sent me one. And I was so amazed at how small it was and how much power it transferred. I figured, well, if the clutch can take the whole car's got to be pretty cool. So I bought the car based on the clutch. And I used to read bad things about this. People said, "Oh, the clutch is burnt out." Well, you know, you're not driving it properly. This is the kind of car, you put it in gear, release the clutch, and then hit the gas. You don't go, you don't give it gas and letting the clutch out. That's how you burn the clutch out. You get it, you start it, you release the clutch and hit the gas right away. And that's, so it hooks up right away, and then boom, you go. And, well, this clutch has lasted a long time.
Well, I feel like driving manual transmissions in general, it's like kind of like a lost art for, you know, new drivers. You can't even rent a manual transmission car in the US.
No, it's the best anti-theft device there is, because most carjackers can't drive.
Yeah,
stick.
but as soon as you go to Europe and you try to rent a vehicle, everything is in stick.
Well, not anymore. No, it's pretty much all automatic there now too. Automatics have.
Yeah, they're just a lot more efficient,
Plus,
I guess.
automatics are easier to smog because they shift at the same point all the time. And see, to smog a manual, you've got to do it at every point in the rev range, and you know, hooking ignition and gas up with, you know, with the computer. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. So that's why almost everything is automatic now.
What's going on with this? Is this new? Is this your new?
Oh God, no, I've had this 30 years, something like that. No, the Ace, the Henderson brothers built 4-cylinder motorcycles, and the Henderson brothers sold out to Schwinn, and Schwinn wanted to build heavy touring bikes, whereas the Henderson brothers are like sporty motorcycles. So they decided to build this to Henderson. Henderson went 134 miles an hour in 1924. I mean, this is really a pretty fast bike, and it's a good looking bike, but it was expensive. It was $100 more than a Model T car. But it's really a fascinating motorcycle to drive. Yeah, it really is a fun bike to ride. It's fast, it's got no brakes or anything.
I mean, that looks like a bicycle seat more than anything.
Well, yeah, basically it is. I mean, these were motorized bicycles. But that's a 1400cc engine, so it's pretty quick.
It's crazy. One of my favorite things to watch from Jay's channel is the restoration blogs. So like they touch on kind of like a lot of the project cars like this, I guess Baker electric vehicle, I think. But they're putting a modern electric drivetrain in this thing. But my favorite part of this thing is the nose skids. Like, there's gonna be a lot of skidding going on here with these tires. It has wood wheels though. If you can imagine it doing a burnout with wood wheels, that would be very interesting. So many things get built here. So many historic vehicles, and I mean, that's kind of the thing, is they're getting like a second life here. You know, when they come here, a lot of times they don't actually get taken down, not in bulk. A lot of times they just kind of do their best to keep it alive. I don't even know what this thing is. This thing is crazy. I haven't even seen this here. Panhard. Pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Maybe this is a new project. Left-hand drive. There's just so many things here. I know that's a new project that they're working on. Talbot. I don't know how to say it. Well, it looks like they've done some progress since I've last seen it. But this thing is awesome. And it's right-hand drive. The interior is so cool. Look at this thing. Look at the switches and all the pull knobs and everything. That's so crazy. Wow, look at that spare tire. Could you imagine driving around on that? I guess I kind of just wanted to do a quick vlog from here because we're going to be coming to the garage quite a bit. You guys let us know what you want to see. Part of it is, I guess, since we have the access and Jay can only shoot so many episodes of his YouTube channel, we can pretty much feature things that potentially will never get in front of camera because there's so many cars, motorcycles, there's so much artwork here in every single room. This is the steam area and it's mostly steam cars and pre-war cars. There's just so many scenes that don't actually get documented on the YouTube channel. Our job here is to really showcase a lot of these cars on the stills side, especially because they let us pull it underneath the big softbox and we get to actually get really nice high resolution detailed photos of these cars, especially the ones that don't get as much love sometimes. We actually had a chance to ride with Jay in this white steam car one time, and the story was that he was actually getting it ready, he was starting it up, and then we basically watched it catch on fire. It caught on fire, they brought out the fire extinguisher and they like extinguished the fire, and not 5 minutes after that we got in and then we actually took it for a ride. Riding in a steam car. So cool. This thing is so cool. I just love that the throttle is it's a hand controls. That's so cool. Which was really a lot of fun and is crazy because it's so quiet. But it actually had a lot of power. I was surprised. I mean, I was asking Jay if it will do a burnout and he basically said that it has so much power it would just spin the rim on the tire. So crazy. So yeah, let us know what you guys want to see more of. Let us know if you have questions for Jay that potentially he hasn't answered yet on his YouTube channel. We'll try to get access. You know, that's kind of the nice thing, is we have access to his garage and his cars and we can talk to him about it. So today he's taking the Carrera GT home. This Ford Falcon Sprint, this is one of the cars that he actually used for the NBC show when I was actually a guest on the NBC show. This was like the last car that they used to stump me. I couldn't really guess what car it was. I didn't actually have a chance to walk through to see everything. I mean, I felt that it had rally lights on it, but yeah, I couldn't actually guess the car. Let's check in on the guys and my Skyline. So yeah, I actually had a chance to bring my 240Z here one time, a long time ago, when they first started their detailing line. and they actually wanted to try their waterless wash on it because that car was super rusty at the time, and I didn't want to introduce any more water or any more rust to it. Oh my goodness, this thing looks so good.
So good.
Tyler,
So good.
this looks it looks like a brand new car now.
It is a brand new car.
So they ceramic coated it too?
It's beautiful, right?
Oh my god, this glistens in the sun. You did a good job.
Oh, I try. Welcome to American soil.
I know.
To the car.
Wow. Wow.
Hopefully it likes us.
Wow. So yeah, it probably...
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Open the door and just smell inside.
legitimately, Jeremy, legitimately,
Smell.
this went 30 years without getting any kind of ceramic coating or anything like that, and you guys just did that.
No,
It looks so good.
I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love the right-hand drive, and look forward to doing some burnouts with you in this.
It doesn't do burnout, sir. It's all-wheel drive.
Let's see.
Maybe
Prove it.
Maybe with your
Prove
heavy
it.
foot.
Prove it.
You're just gonna sidestep it.
Yeah, yeah. First, I got to get down shifting gears with my left hand.
Well, first you're gonna have to jump it with your
Raptor?
Raptor. You're gonna jump over it.
Yeah, we could try.
It looks good, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to the garage.
Yeah, thank you. So I kind of had a quick chat with Jay, and you know, he was dropping some knowledge about tires and also keeping your cars running and driving them, and
Awesome.
you know, he'd rather have a supercar with more miles because it gets oiled and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
See,
You would know.
I'm kind of a noob for that kind of stuff, you know, because we don't have supercars.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to know what it costs to maintain a supercar, you know? We've got kids and house payments. But at least we get to come mess around with them here.
I know,
You
I
know?
know. I'm so stoked on being able to bring my cars here. But I'm also really stoked on the fact that we can come back and we can shoot Jay's cars. Pretty much, it seems like whatever car, including, we actually had a chance to shoot the F1 recently.
Yeah, we did. And Chris, I think, detailed it with you, and we did the Carrera GT today. That's going to be an awesome video.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, is a lot of these cars don't actually get the time of day because potentially they've already been shot on YouTube, or I don't know, just there's so many cars, there's just not enough YouTube episodes for all the cars. So we're kind of trying to give some love to a lot of those.
Yeah, and
vehicles.
bring some of the motorcycles into the mix, because he's got about the same amount of motorcycles, you know, 180, 190 motorcycles and cars. So there's some pretty unique motorcycles in there.
Oh, also another thing is the artwork.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing
Yeah.
that I don't think gets highlighted enough, you know?
That's what makes the garage, I feel. So, well,
Yeah.
we're going to finish cleaning
Yeah,
up
we're gonna
and
finish.
head out.
Yeah.